Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Anytime you see the lady singing and the slow beat bringing, it's Big Vern in the booth doing his thinging. Ha ha! We had an action-packed show lined up for you today. We talked some Texans football. CJ Stroud, is this a make or break year for him? They've got him a new QB's coach. They're trying to go ahead and get that freshman year magic back and pretty much make him another option on the other side of the ball. We'll go ahead and wait to see how that turns out. From bad to worse, Mike Vrabel and Miss Rosini, they now have receipts showing that they were together in 2019, 2020, 2021, and leading up to them being busted in March of 26 at a Arizona resort for adults only. Make sure you check that out. Last segment, we talked about Anthony Richardson and the Colts. They turned down his fifth-year option, him being a 8-7 with 15 career starts QB, but his QBR has never been above 62. He's had more picks than scores, and I really don't know who needs his services in the NFL as a viable starter or a dependable backup. So make sure you check that out, which finally puts us square in the crosshairs of Fernando Mendoza for the Raiders. Is he going to be a rookie phenom, or is he a future failure? We'll go ahead and go over this and just give you some more insight when we get back from a quick rap break. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios, and we pushing a new rap album this month. Nims and Ron Browse, I Should Boom You. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Hottest in America. Man, Hottest in America is fire. This puts you in this mind track of those MOP. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Then Earl Manigo with Lil Fame, that's hard too. First 48. First 48's my Joan though. I love First 48. That's my record. Here I Go with Papoose. Pap is hard in that. Pap, the sun flip that he put in the end. Yeah, bruh. This whole thing is crazy for real. Then the P anthem, when they took the ladies grab you, like that. What's that Notorious Big song? That boom, boom, boom. The way they looped it and they put their own spin on it. Come on, man. Benediction in the Bar Exam, Black Moon, the remix. Oh my God. It is never a losing project when you go ahead and sample Evil D. Yo, Nims and Ron Browse, I Should Boom You, in stores now. Yo, shout out to Nims and Ron Browse doing their thing. Make sure you go ahead and check out the I Should Boom You. The project was hot. We thought it was. New AZ is out. I'm going to check that. Like I said, I've been listening to that song with him and Nas, Surprise. Man, it's just certain guys when they do those duos and they can go back and forth and trade rhymes. It's like magic in the room. I know Method Man, Redman, Styles P, and Jada, Eminem, and Royce the 5'9". It's just like these dudes are hell of a duo. So yeah, man. Shout out to the firm. Still getting busy. At 26. Whew. We can talk hip hop. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Raider Nation. Fernando Mendoza, rookie phenom, or is this a future failure? Now, Fernando Mendoza, he's never had this much pressure on him to be successful than he has right now. And when the stakes are this high, you have to actually rise to the occasion. There is zero room for failure when expectations are at this level, because some people, they still think Kurt Signetti and Indiana was a fluke, even though they went undefeated in the Big Ten. They also swept through the bowl series, and they also crushed Miami on championship night. However, He still has to wear this and succeed for people to give legitimacy to Indiana. I know it's unfair, but that's just what is in play here. So, like I say, be fairly warned. He's already been in many camps and he's already met with the coaching staff and he's talked to Clint Kubiak because Clint Kubiak's offense is really predicated on being under center. And that's huge because Mendoza's only been under center a handful of times at Cal and at Indiana. So him being under center, he's got to read more. He even made the comment that being in that offense is like having a fire hose of information shot out at you. I get it. I get it. But the sports media landscape, they don't. And the disdain and the hate that they have for Indiana, anything that this guy does, and it's not picture perfect, it's not human alternate like life happening, shattering records, they're going to come out and they're going to call him a bust. And this is what they do. So you heard it here first. If Mendoza struggles coming out of the gate, then they're going to go ahead and say, we knew you was no good. And then they're going to go ahead and broad brush and slap the entire draft and say there were no good quarterbacks in that NFL draft. This is the playbook of what they're going to do. I've already telegraphed the first punch. However, Clint Kubiak's offense is also designed for guys who are fundamentally sound. Look at Sam Darnold. He went to Seattle to work with Geno Smith. And then when Geno Smith left, remember, we talked about it on the channel. Geno Smith left and he went to the Raiders. Clint Kubiak, he was just stuck. He had to make the best of what he had, and that was Sam Darnold, and they won a chip. So they did win a chip with his offense. His offense is predicated on play action fake, hard snap counts, reads at the line, quarterback sneaks, not the tush push, but the traditional quarterback sneaks when you find a gap and then you charge inside the gap and you get that first down. Also, not to mention, he has the GOAT as a minority owner in the organization where they can go ahead and have high-level football conversations. So, yeah, I think Mendoza is going to be in an okay place. The AFC West is more competitive. The Chargers have a damn good defense, and they're a scrappy offensive team. Okay, we'll hear that argument. Kansas City, they're still the kingpins of the division. They seem to retool, and they're trying to actually just recruit guys for one last Super Bowl run. Okay, we'll hear that. And then you got Denver, the reigning and defending champs of the AFC West. They've lost their OC, so who knows what that's going to look like. So again, you see where they're at, and it's the only division in football with almost a rivalry everywhere you look, because the Raiders and Chargers, that's Hell Week. That was the old Hell Week rivalry when they were San Diego and Oakland. Then you have the Raiders in Kansas City. That's another rivalry. The Raiders in Denver. That's another. The entire division is a rivalry. And anything can happen in rivalries. But what I'm sitting here saying is that when it comes to Fernando Mendoza, you got to give it time. If you're going to be an honest broker about this, you got to give him time, because no guy is going to come in and turn that whole organization around off the strength of him being named the #1 draft pick overall. He's going to need 10 other brothers of his on that line and that wide receiving core, that running back, and that tight end. He's going to need all of those guys to pull together and get this thing done. I don't know if it's going to be successful. However, I'm here to watch and I'm here to see, just like everybody else in America. And with that being said, that's the show. I love you all. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and share the content. This is Big Vern, and we'll see you tomorrow.